Hello. How you all doing? Hello and welcome to the TrueCast. It's Antoin, and welcome to our WCBL Season 2, Week 1 battle versus the Johnson City Jellicent and Coach Antoin. Now, if you remember from last season, we narrowly beat Antoine in a 1-0 victory in playoffs. We lost to him in the main season, but the main season don't matter. No, I'm joking. But, do not disturb. Anyways, as I was saying. So, Season 2 rolls around, and me and Antoine are pitted up Week 1, which, me and Antoine are pals, we are rivals, we're buds, good old buddy old pals old people. So, thought it'd be nice, it's nice to battle a person we're good friends with Week 1, instead of, like, people we don't really know as well. But, moving on, so, me and Antoine were right next to each other in the draft. He picked right before me. Somehow let me get DOD, and I thank him for it because I love DOD right now. But, so, looking at both our teams, I have Deoxys Defense. Let me turn on my fan. I have Deoxys Defense, Gengar, which is my Z-move user. Let me change his Z-move user, because it's not, ain't Heatran. Deoxys Defense, Gengar, Donphan, Serena, Registeel, Regigigas, Mega Gyarados, Entei, Jolteon, Como-O, and Aromatisse. And Antoine's team consists of Latias, which is the Z-move user, Necrozma, which moved down to a Tier 2 this season, Zoroark, Mienshao, Golisopod, Cryogonal, Mega Venusaur, Florges, Heatran, Minior, which moved down to a Tier 4 this season, and Stunfisk. Now, some of the most threatening mons on his team are Zoroark, Z-move Latias, Mega Venusaur, Calm Mind Florges, Specs Cryogonal, and actually, well, Shell Smash Minior, and Stunfisk, actually. Because Stunfisk is actually pretty bulky. For a Tier 5 Pokemon, is pretty bulky. And it can hit pretty hard. Its exact stats, I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna look at it. It's got overall good bulk and semi-decent offense, but it's slow as shit. So, I think I can kind of take that to my advantage. So anyways, our first Pokemon that we wanted to bring, I wanted to bring an interesting Deoxys Defense set, because it's my first time using this thing, and I really wanted to see some of the cool things I could do with it. So I said to myself, now see plot Deoxys Defense puts in work versus Antoine. Once Heatran and I think, what was it, Minior? No, I think it was Heatran, Florges, and Cryogonal. Once those are out of the way, actually, no, Heatran and Heatran and Florges. Once those are out of the way, free reign against the rest of his team, really. No, it was Zoroark. Because Zoroark outspeeds, and it can kill. So, Zoroark and Heatran are the biggest problems to my Deoxys Defense suite. Because everything else dies to Signal Beam or Psychic. So, let's go over the EVs. Defense, I believe I think it's to make, it was either Minior's, down form, offensive form. I think it makes Acrobatics a 3-hit KO if it has no item, and I think it makes Leech Life a 4-hit KO from Golisopod? From the standard Golisopod set, which I think is defensive-ish. Spadef, I know, is to live a Soldew Draco Meteor, or to where Soldew Draco Meteor from a Latias does under 50%. The speed is to speed creep Heatran, speed creeping me, if that makes any sense. So, let's say I have zero speed. Heatran would try to hit 217 to outspeed my min speed Deoxys defense. So I go 218 speed to outspeed that Heatran set. Stuff like that. So I'm speed creeping anything that's speed creeping min speed Deoxys. And then I have rest for longevity, so I can like rest up on stuff like Cravenol, Latias, Necrozma, rest up to get rid of my Toxic, stuff like that. Next up, since Antoin doesn't really have a quote-unquote electric, or he has an electric immunity, but Jolteon just kind of runs house through his team. He has 2 psychic types, both take a shit ton of damage from Expert Belt Shadow Ball. He has Heatran and Sunfist, both weak to ground, so his ground type, his electric immunity can be kind of dealt with Jolteon. And then he has Venusaur, which is going to be somewhat the hardest thing to deal with, but I think I can deal with it decently, I don't know. But Jolteon's just here to gain me momentum, Volt Switch around on his team, hopefully gain momentum for stuff like Deoxys later game. After that, we have a Psychium Z Gengar for Mega Venusaur, because Z Psychic, Oko's Gengar, or Oko's Gengar, I mean Mega Venusaur. Shadow Ball, Stab, and for his 2 Psychic types, HP Ground for Heatran and Stunfisk, and then Thunderbolt for stuff like Golisopod and Minior. The only thing that's the problem with this set is Spadef Cryo kind of can tear through this because it eats up any hits, but we have DOD and our next Mon for that. Our next Mon is basically our Mienshao, and it's just, I think it's just Mienshao. It was mostly Mienshao, somewhat Zoroark, somewhat Latias, etc., etc., etc. Things that Aromatisse can handle. So we have the special attack investment is to where I think Psychic is, I think, a 4-hit KO on standard Venusaur. We have Wish, Calm Mind, and then Psychic for our only attacking move. Or, wait, no, Psychic Moonblast, because it hits the entirety of his team for neutral or super effective, except for Heatran, which, why would we say no Heatran, to be honest? Wish for stuff like Wish passing into Gengar if it needs it, Wish passing into stuff like Jolteon when it's weakened, Wish passing into DOD if I need to get it back up, and then just Wish passing into the rest of our team, basically. Spadef investment, put a lot of Spadef investment in for stuff like Zoroark, and I think Sludge Bomb is a 3-hit KO on our Aromatisse from a standard Mega Venusaur. Next up, don't think we need an overcoat. Whatever. Who needs? I don't know. I think Bulletproof kind of would be better on Coma, because he doesn't really have any sound-based mons, unless I'm drunk or something. But next up we have a Dragon Dance Como, Poison Jab, Dragon Claw. So Uppercut. This hits the majority of his team, Latias, and everything. Once I'm at +1, I outspeed the entirety of his team, no matter what. Unless he's Scarf Mienshao, but then I have... I want Como to... Hold up, I'm an idiot. Dragon Dance, excuse me. Hold up. I'm apparently smoking something. Scarf Como. Scarf Como is here to break walls. Like, break stuff like Mega Venusaur, deal a ton of damage to that. Stuff like Florges deal a ton of damage to that. And overall, it's here to wreak havoc on things that Deoxys defense doesn't like later game. like Heatran, for example. Deoxys defense once that gone. Deoxys defense when Zoroark gone. Como can deal with that pretty easily because Scarf Como outspeeds any non-Scarfer on his team and does huge amounts of damage to it. And of course, our last member that we're bringing is a sub-Dragon Dance Gyarados, Jormungandr. Sub-DD Gyarados puts in a lot of work versus Antoine's team. Waterfall and Ice Fang, the only thing that's really going to be taking one of those is Golisopod. And I can get rid of Golisopod quite easily, in my opinion. I have Jolteon, I have Thunderbolt Gengar, I have Como. So I think once Golisopod gets out of the way, Gyarados is going to have a fun time. It sets up a sub on something like Heatran. On its switch, he goes into something like Mega Venusaur or Florges. A Dragon Dance up, I Ice Fang or Waterfall, do a ton of damage, and just that's what I'm planning to do. Is basically get stuff down enough to where either Deoxys defense or Gyarados can sweep later game. And I believe that's going to be the entirety of our team builder. I believe Antoine's going to be bringing Latias, Zoroark, Golisopod, not Stunfisk, to be honest. And then, what was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 I'm predicting. And hopefully these 6 don't pose a huge threat to my team. So that's going to be our team builder. Comment, rate, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Want to see more? No? Way to look. Bye-bye!